Whoop, 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 whoop. Here we are. We're up here at the gallery. Ew. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Whoa, yeah, well things will change. Leaves will fall and it will rain. Transform before your eyes. No time for chasing. Why did this have to happen to me? Oh, you never know just how life is going to go. So you jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. All right, this is your big moment. Everybody sing along. I don't care where you are. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Are you guys singing? Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Whoa, yeah, you gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead and trust yourself. Everything will right itself. Go ahead now, follow your dream. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Here we go, all together. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Woo! We're on lockdown. There's a few people on the road behind us, but not many. Show number 42, people. The Laura Shepard Show number 42. So what is the question? The question is, how are you? I'm doing particularly well. Particularly well. I've been on lockdown with some lovely people. And just for all y'all to know, I'm going to invite some friends over here onto the yellow couch. I love me a yellow couch. And we're going to talk, but we've all been in the same bubble, so I don't want anybody to have any concern. I hate for people to be watching and being concerned. You can be happy, joyous, not concerned, because we're doing all right. So the first person we're going to have join me is Casey. Come, Casey. Come and join me. Yay, Casey! Hi, Casey!
Hi.
Yay! We get to hug each other. I'm going to pin this on you, and then we'll see how that goes. I'm like, this is my job. Like I say on the big talk shows, somebody does this, before you get onto the stage. I don't like it when it thumps against your shirt. I'm not sure if it makes a horrible noise or not. Oh my God, we're going to have to get some professionals in here. Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Casey, what's your last name?
Marshall.
Casey and I are like this. We're like practically hooked together at the hip, and I don't even know your name. Hi, Casey Marshall. Where were you born?
In Waihi.
Waihi.
Yeah.
Which is how far from here?
An hour 40?
And now, did you know that this place existed before?
No.
No idea.
No idea.
Huh. Well, there you go. Is it because your family never went on vacation, or
We always come on holiday to Coromandel, but never actually came to Driving Creek.
Wow, and why did you come on holiday to Coromandel?
Because Coromandel's amazing.
And did you stay at the same place all the time?
Yeah,
or?
same place all the time.
Huh. Where was that?
Oamaru Bay, which is like 5 minutes north of here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There was a lot of seaweed on Oamaru Bay the other day. We drove
Was there?
to the doctor, and there was a bunch of seaweed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I had to text my friends. I'm like, go get seaweed right now for your gardens.
There's normally a lady that's down there with a wheelbarrow picking it all up.
Well, she didn't get it all because a friend of
She
mine
needs
got
some.
some, and I brought some back for the lemon tree here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you end up working here at the Driving Creek?
I applied for a summer job here, so I was meant to be here for like 2 months, loved it, and was like, hey, you guys want to keep me on? And they're like, nah, sorry. So I was like, okay, I'll go university and do all that stuff. And then they're like, oh, could you still work every weekend and come back the next weekend? And they're like, oh, you can stay if you want.
So did you ever finish your university?
Didn't even start.
She's no quitter. This girl is no quitter. And so what were you going to study at university?
Primary teaching.
Oh, so you'd rather, what is your job here? What are you called here? You're the brains as far as I'm concerned. I mean, maybe not of the whole organization always, but right now of this crew, if I got a question, I come to you.
I do all the admin stuff.
Admin stuff. So what does that entail?
Paying all this lot.
Paying them?
Yeah, doing
So
rosters.
there's been a shutdown. We've been on level 4, except you've had to keep writing the checks.
Yeah. Making sure there's money.
How does it feel to be the only one working?
Oh, yeah. Everyone else is on a great holiday and I'm just stuck. It's great. It keeps me busy, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed that you go feed the geckos.
Yep.
Tell us about these geckos.
Keep them alive. I think we've got 6 geckos down there.
In the sanctuary in cages.
Yep, in cages. There's 3 different cages, and we feed them live moths and baby food.
Baby food?
Yeah.
What kind of baby food do you feed a gecko? Who knew?
Crushed apple.
They like,
yeah, crushed apple.
huh? And
But in ice blocks.
you freeze them.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. You just had to take over. She just had to take over. This wasn't your job. This is
No.
not on the under administrator
No.
going to feed. And I think it's really cool. You feed them live moths.
Yeah.
And so there's this setup. It's like a mosquito light thing.
Yeah.
And then they have a funnel at the bottom of it. And I guess the big moths get shocked, but they don't actually die. So then they fall down into this little cup. And then you take that and you get to feed them live
Moths.
moths.
Yeah.
Does that? Are you all right with that? You know,
Yeah.
having to kill moths regularly to keep the geckos alive.
Yep.
And these
Geckos are cuter.
the geckos are what kind of geckos? Do we know? We don't know their names, do we? But they're
Yeah, native.
usually native geckos.
Yeah.
But you can't breed. But we can't breed them.
No.
There's some reason why we can't breed
No,
them.
they're all separated, so they can't.
I think you have to have a special license. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I think you
We've
do
got
too.
no license.
We've got a license just to hold them, not to breed them.
Okay, so you decided not to go to school.
No.
And so if you don't go to school,
Yeah.
you planning on working here the rest of your life, or are these skills transfer, or?
They can be transferred, or I would possibly do some schooling if I ever left here.
What sort of schooling would you do? You still back to primary teaching?
I think I probably would.
Really? You like kids?
Yeah.
I mean, like kids enough to spend all day with them?
Yeah, we'll see.
Ah. And what?
Working here is kind of like being a school teacher anyway. Just hanging out with a bunch of kids all day. Keeping them in line.
Do you have to walk around with a clipboard?
Yeah.
You have to walk around with a clipboard and take names. She's taking names.
Make sure everyone turns up.
And did you for me, there's a big difference between being a primary school teacher and being an administrator. How did you know you were going to be any good at administrating?
I didn't.
So you just went for it.
Just went for it. I originally worked in the shop, just serving customers and selling tickets and stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, you'd like to move upstairs? We've got a job up there for you."
Ooh,
and I was like, "Oh,
she moved.
okay."
She moved to upstairs.
Upstairs is quite flash.
Upstairs. Yeah, that's so all the people are downstairs, checking into the onto the train, and you're up above them typing away on your computer,
Yeah.
filling out forms.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right. And what sort of things have you been doing during lockdown?
I
mean, other than working, because she's been working.
Feeding the geckos, went and helped the others get some firewood. Feeding the goldfish. It's very
Oh,
important.
that's right, because you have to walk to the top of the Eiffel Tower. There's a goldfish pond up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That was about it.
that's about it.
Yeah.
And do you have any?
Had the lockdown birthday though.
Oh, your lockdown birthday. I know we had a surprise birthday. Were you surprised?
I was surprised.
Now, that was something. There's 6 of us here in total. One of us has a birthday, and we managed to give her a surprise party. We all told her we were having dinner for her, and then at 10, we told her to go up to your Saskia, your roommate, took you
Yeah.
up to the tower at 10 o'clock without breakfast. Get up there to
For
do some
yoga.
yoga. For yoga. She said, "Oh, don't eat, because you'll be too full to do yoga." And when she got to the top, we had We had a big surprise! We yelled surprise! And then we had a big cook up, eggs and bacon, and then
Yeah.
what happened?
And then we walked back down the track with little drinking stops on the way.
Yeah, because we had planted bottles of liquor. Not that we're encouraging drinking on your birthday. How old were you? Do we care? You were over 21.
Yeah, I was over 21.
Thank goodness, because we.
Just 1 year.
So we did some drinking on the way down, and you were actually surprised. And I think you partied until what time?
It was like some ridiculous time in the morning.
Yeah, I quit early.
Yeah, the next day.
This woman here is not a quitter. I started the party. I quit. I quit sometime after dessert. Dessert was good though. Somebody had made a cake.
Jessie made banana cake.
Jessie made banana cake. Oh my goodness, that was good.
That was good.
Anyways, all right. Well, do you have anything else you want to share with? Have you been doing any potting? Did you make some?
Oh, we did do some pottery. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Tried to make a couple of cups. They turned into bowls. I can't. Yeah. But it's so much fun. Just doing stuff that you wouldn't do because you'd be working.
Yeah. Except you are working.
Except I am working, but.
But we're all doing fun stuff. So when you finish working, you can come hang
Yeah.
out with those pottery people.
Exactly.
All right, Casey, do you have anything else you want to share with people? I mean, look, this is okay. Here's a woman who's supposed to be a primary school teacher. Now she works and she is like so important when the rest of the country is on a lockdown. She has to keep working. Like if you'd been a primary school teacher, you'd be on vacation.
I would be. I'd be on holiday.
So that shows how important you are. Wow. And so you just started doing administrative stuff, don't you? Have some.
Well, whoever the other lady that was working up in the office kind of taught me. She knew what she was doing, so they taught me, and then
Okay.
So I've just been taught by other people how to do it.
So you're a learner.
Learner.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
All right, tell me something exciting
Ooh, jeepers.
or funny or interesting. Do you have any jokes on the top of your head? She's looking over there for some help. Don't get that. I'm going to ask them the same question. She's looking at her. She's looking at her wolf pack pod over here. The wolf pack we call them.
I don't.
Ow!
I can't even. We have on our whiteboard. We've got a joke of the day, but it's been the same joke for.
What's
Oh
the
no,
joke?
we don't have a joke. We've got quote of the day.
Oh, what's the quote of the day?
I don't know.
Well, last time it was some depressing quote, and I came and I wiped out the depressing quote that was on their whiteboard, and I wrote, "Something's going to happen, and it could be good." Laura Shepard is the quote of the day.
Yeah.
I bet that's still the quote of your day.
I think it's changed once
Oh.
since then, but I can't remember what it's changed to. That was weeks ago.
That was weeks ago. Okay, well, we're going to have to get you back on the whiteboard, and
Yeah, put up something new.
well, I really appreciate your agreeing to talk on camera in front of us, and I think that I guess if you have a job that you want to apply for, just apply for it and
Yeah.
go for it, and I guess it's okay to not go to school.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
You think,
I reckon it is.
are your parents all right with your decision?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They're pretty happy.
you're
And I get to live in Coromandel, so.
and you get to live in Coromandel, and you're indispensable. You're the A frontline worker. We love you. Okay, well, thanks. Yay! Thanks.
Right.
Thanks for being you.
Thanks, Laura.
We are having so much fun.
Right.
So here we are in the Coromandel. I'm the artiste in residence. Yes. Well, I said she was the only one working, but this is not true because I am an artiste in residence. I am residing here, acting, and I have been working every day. And I thought I'd show you a few little. I've been making these little clay characters, as we all know, and I decided to make a whole band. This is the drum playing bear. Can we see him? He's very lovely. And this is a banjo playing lizard. He's very lovely. And this is a little fox playing the cymbals. And I must admit, I have a favorite. I've got this whole band, and you'd think you'd love the band equally. Can we see the little band here? Here's the band, and you'd think we'd love them all equally. Like here they are, they're a group, they're playing. But it's not true. I have a favorite. You gonna guess which one is my favorite? It's the little foxy playing cymbals. He's so cute. Oh, my little This is my favorite. I have a favorite. Good thing they're not my children. Anyway, so that's kind of what I've been working on. I have a whole frog band, and this is the. So anyways, I've been working. Just acting in residencing. I've been residing and acting. All right, so I think that I'm going to give you all, before, we got 2 more guests coming up. Well, 3 if you count Bernie. Not sure, Bernie's not on the payroll, so I'm not even sure what Bernie is doing here. He's not an artist, he's nothing. But I've just called Bernie nothing, and I guess we'll hear about that later. Okay, so I went and got some lovely yellow fruit. Now, whenever you have a bowl here at the Driving Creek Railway, it's always some beautiful handmade platter. And I went and picked up these lovely yellow guavas. Now, these are African guavas. We have red ones here, and they're quite yummy. Oh, African guava. And if you saw the little ad, this is tamarindo tree. I don't pick them off the tree. I wait till they fall on the ground, and only 2 fell today. Everybody always wants me to pick them. I'm like, I don't want to pick them. But this piece of fruit, I was over helping a neighbor. We socially distanced, and I used the picker, and I picked these. Now, this is a funny little pear. Isn't this a funny little pear? It's some sort of antique pear. And I'm like, if you put it here with these tamarindos, it's quite beautiful. No, sorry, I've been in lockdown too. So I'm really blessed that I've been eating really yummy fresh fruit. It matches the couch and my outfit. I can take this little pear home later and eat it with my. So I think it's time. Maybe should I sing a little song before we invite them? No, we're going to invite the boys up. Come on, boys. I call them the boys, and the others the girls. So you get to be a certain age.
You got Bernie there, mate?
Bring Bernie too.
What else are we bringing?
Whatever. Bring it all. Bring it all. Hey, Gus.
Good,
How are
Laura.
you?
Yep, I'm all good, eh? How are you?
Hey, Jesse.
Hey,
How are you?
yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Nice to see you. Oh, good, bud. Yeah. Can you take that? Can you take that? We got a little poor Gus.
What camera is the one that's on?
That one. Well, they're both on, but that's,
Oh.
that's the live one over there. Those are your friends. Do you have any?
The old guava bowl there.
Do you want to introduce this? I'm not even hugging Bernie. This is Bernie.
What's wrong with Bernie?
Nothing is wrong with Bernie.
You just
But
cussed him out on your show before.
Did I cuss him?
Well, may as well have.
Well, what did I say? I forgot.
Well, this is Bernie anyways, and
He's a stump. Bernie's a stump.
he's more than a stump, he's an alcoholic stump actually. But he's been with me and Jesse since day one. Yeah.
And what made you feel like you needed a stump in your life?
Well, he more needed us, really.
I found him on the street.
On the street?
Yeah.
You nursed him back to just being an alcoholic instead of a drug addict.
Oh, so we figure if he's not, what kind of drugs could a stump have been doing?
Heroin.
Heroin?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty bad. He was in a bad state when we found him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just lucky that myself and Jesse sort of
Yeah,
stumbled
under
across
our
him.
wing, you know. Taught him how to play beer pong.
Looks like he's got a beer under his wing is all that's going on here.
Yeah, he
Oh, he's
does.
always drinking.
Yeah.
And you guys, you're all right with that?
Yeah, he chips in for beers, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't matter how much you drink as long as you chip in for the...
Definitely.
Yeah.
As long as you're not doing heroin, you can drink a little bit as long as you chip in for beer.
We can drink as much as you want, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Got to know these things. So Gus and Jesse, other than stump rescue, see, it's like Casey came in when everybody was gone and she rescued the gecko. She's a gecko feeder, made sure they didn't starve in their cages. And Jesse and Gus rescued a stump. Now, was it really in the middle of the road? Or is that just
Well, he was in the gutter.
Yeah. Kind of a drain under the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bunch of needles and that lying around him.
And
It was quite a sight, Lord.
how did you know that was the thing to do?
Well, we just knew when we seen him, we had to rescue him. We had to save this poor soul.
Oh my God! Here, wait. You know what I haven't done is given you. I'm going to give you one over there
I think.
between you
A
all.
hole in the middle. Put
You
on
can
Bernie.
hold it in. But Bernie might
I'll
have.
chuck it on Bernie.
Bernie might actually say something. He hasn't yet. Well, I don't know. Does Bernie ever talk?
No, he's always got a ball in his mouth.
All right. Okay. So you work, Gus, you work on the zip line. Is this correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, with Saskia and Rainer. You all
Yep.
have met Saskia and Rainer. And Jesse, you're you're the big boss man. Is that of
Yeah,
the
I'm
zip
the
line?
operations manager, or you could say captain of this crew.
Captain Jesse.
Hi, Captain.
And so, what do you have to do to be the captain of a zip line crew?
Do all like the training and just make sure we're compliant to adventure activities, regulations, and everything.
And so, what sort of things do we have to comply to? What do we need to take into consideration?
Like ideally not let anyone fall off the zip line is the main goal.
How are you doing on that?
Yeah, good so far.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, had a couple close calls.
No. I don't believe that. And these zip lines, okay, so how long is our longest zip line here?
200 meters.
200 meters. And do you have any idea how much cable? That's 200 meters of cable, but that weighs a lot, eh?
Yeah, so when it's just resting at the moment, so between the two poles, it's 4.2 tons.
4.2 tons. That's a hanging, resting weight.
Yep.
And then when you put somebody on it,
So if you put two people on, it'd be 9.8 tons.
well, you know, that's even a little person. You don't even have to be that big because it's like some sort of exponential.
Yeah, so it's heavier the further out you are on the line. The closer to the middle you are.
Yeah. And so, is there a limit to how heavy you can be to get on the zip line? Do we have a limit?
You have to be under 120 kgs.
120 kgs. Do we know what that is in pounds? Kilo? It's twice that or something? I don't know. Somebody look that up. I'm telling you, this show is one of these shows where we need. We've got somebody looking this up. Okay, so so we get this zip line up, and you have to. There's a body that comes and inspects this, or how do we know that we're following these regulations? Where do the regulations come from?
So they're across New Zealand, but we get audited by a third-party auditor.
552.
256.
256 pounds.
Mm.
So if you're any heavier than that, we're not letting you on the line. Because,
Because you're too heavy.
look, if anybody's 256 pounds and they're out trying to get some exercise and zip around, seems like we ought to let them ride. But not at the danger, no danger. We're not going to have any danger. And so... And so you were here when all these zip lines were installed, correct?
Yeah, I was coordinating the whole setup of the zip line.
How did you, coordinating, what does that mean?
So getting the contractors in and kind of making sure we're doing what we need to do to get everything set up and the whole timing of everything and materials.
Yeah, and so you had to order great big poles and drag them into the bush and...
Yeah, get a digger in there and drill a hole and then put it in, fill it with concrete and wrap the wires all around them.
And how tall is our tallest pole?
It's 8 meters out of the ground.
How much in the ground?
4.
Okay, see, I love the way Jesse's got these numbers. Don't let him fool you. This guy, he knows what's going on. And so, like Monday, today's Sunday here. Tomorrow's Monday. We might go back to work. Well, you've been working all along though, haven't you? Sort of.
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit here and there.
What kind of stuff have you had to do?
So just updating all the railway health and safety stuff.
Oh.
And then planning ahead for what we need to do for the zip line too.
Yeah. Okay. And so there's a possibility that next week the rest of the crew will come back, and level 3 would mean people could come back to work as long as they didn't get too close together. So you got some jobs lined up for.
Yeah, so we got a whole plan with different teams for the whole company. I mean, people just work in those teams and not interacting with each other.
And did you go to university to learn how to be a zipline captain?
Not specifically, but went to Otago University and studied there for 4 years doing physical education and English.
Oh.
So originally be a secondary school teacher, but yeah, that didn't end up happening.
Somehow about we have 2 failed school teachers here? I don't know why that. There's a theme coming up here. Gus, were you going to be a school teacher?
Oh, you know, it's definitely crossed my mind, but I didn't quite get that far.
Okay.
It's not allowed around kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
2019 was a rough year, Laura. No,
Yeah,
don't worry.
yeah,
Anyway,
you-
no,
yeah,
carry on.
Yeah,
Carry on.
well,
As you were.
2019 was rough. 2020, you made best friends with a dang stump. And Jesse's playing.
Well, he's not my
along.
best friend.
Oh, oh, well. No,
But-
I don't want to know who your best friend
Second best, eh?
Second best.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, top
And then
top
you-
10.
Top 10
Yeah.
in the friends department. Is that because it doesn't argue with you?
What do you mean? Is that why he's one of my best friends?
Yeah.
No, he shares his beers.
Oh, he shares his beers.
Mm.
Okay, good. Yeah. And you did mention that they do. Now, so you're a zipline guide.
Yep.
And then do you have any other jobs here?
I'm basically a jack of all trades. I can do it all. But sort of what I focused on is the zip line, and I work on the railway as well, just keeping the trains on the tracks really.
I've been working on the railway all the live long day.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. And are you? Wait, Jesse, you're qualified to drive some trains, right?
Yeah, I can drive possum and not qualified, but can drive elephant.
You can drive it, but what do you have to do? Oh, you mean you haven't been tested out on it or
Nah, I haven't been
Hasn't
given
passed
a
his
tack off
tests.
for it.
Yeah.
Keep crashing it.
No. Did you really?
No.
You didn't crash anything. And Gus, have you driven any train? Are you going to be a train driver, or are you?
Yeah. I'm going to be a train driver, yeah. But at the moment, just working on keeping them on the tracks. I can drive elephant back and forward, and I can also drive possum, but also haven't passed my tests. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
got the
there's...
first test I
Now,
failed. But
Casey, Casey, who was here? You could drive the train.
Yeah,
Casey, how many?
all of them apart from Lynx.
She can drive all of them apart from Lynx. That's Casey. See, we got train drivers left and right. We thought they were just going to be secondary school teachers, but in
I've
fact,
got to teach these two how to drive trains.
Casey is going to be teaching these two how to drive trains.
Yeah, there's
Casey,
no hope
come
for
back
us.
up here. Wait, scoot over. We're going to get Casey back over here.
Jeez.
Come on. There's room for all of us. Come on.
oh, there we go. Well,
Because, come on, Casey.
Squeezing in.
See? Oh, my goodness. So, Casey, how did you learn how to drive these trains?
Our old boss kind of just said, hey, do you want to go do some track work? But when I was shifting from working in the office to working upstairs, went to learn how to drive elephant, and then now I've just been signed off to drive snake and possum as well.
I love the names of these trains. Lynx, snake, possum, elephant, mouse.
Yeah. Mouse isn't working, so.
Mouse, was the mouse the first one? Is that what was the
Yeah.
first? Mouse
I
is
think
in.
Mouse was the first one.
There's that music video, Hard Times, and that Barry's driving. I made a
Yeah.
music video that should be available on YouTube, and you can find it on the Laura Shepherd Show page. And that's a train comes and picks me up, and Barry, who started this amazing place. So, had you driven things before? I mean, other than a car? And
Car was about it.
and how is it different from driving a car?
You don't have to steer.
You don't have to
Yeah.
steer.
You don't have to worry about corners. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's just forwards, backwards.
there are corners though.
There are corners,
Yeah.
but you don't have
Hey.
to worry about going round corners.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It just does it itself.
Does it itself. How do you feel about Bernie?
You know, I think he should start going to some classes.
Oh,
He's got a bit of a problem.
what's it? Do we want to be more specific?
Like Alcohol Anonymous classes to get some help.
Oh, do you think he'd be more interesting if he were?
He'd probably talk some more if he didn't have a bottle in his mouth the whole time.
Maybe we don't want to hear what he has to say.
That's true. Maybe he should keep drinking.
Don't listen to them, mate. All right.
Keep sipping that bottle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you're encouraging all this drinking, boys.
Well, he's just having fun. Hey, don't give him a hard time. You know, what's he ever done to you, Laura?
That's just my
Nothing,
point.
nothing, you know.
He can't do
Welcomed
nothing.
you into
He
our
can-
house.
He can do nothing for me because he's drinking all the time. He's got a bottle in his mouth. What's he gonna do for me? Never mind.
Well, he won't share his beers. That's a start.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. I know. It's like, oh my god. All right, so so Jesse, you're all right with this stump being in the?
Oh, I love Bernie.
Okay. Everybody loves Bernie.
Well, nearly.
Nearly everybody. I don't love Bernie. I gotta say it. I don't love Bernie. I mean, I'm not opposed to Bernie necessarily. I mean, well, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But I certainly do not love Bernie. I love fruit falling off the trees. I might love this pear most of all. It's the cutest little pear I've ever seen. This is his brother pear. He's not quite as attractive. Would you care for a...
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, these are African ones.
Oh,
And the cool
delicious.
thing is there's little twinsy ones. Aren't they cute? And then look how big this one is. It's a biggie. No, you're good. Gus, now that...
That was great.
Gus, you've been doing stuff with your free time. What have you been doing?
Oh, well, what haven't I been doing? But no, and also I made some coasters. Made these coasters here. These are made out of Cody. Yeah, just Cody.
And where did you get this calorie?
Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah, it looks like Cody, like the name, but a bit different. Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cody.
But well, I found it in the forest. I didn't cut it down; it was already cut down. Just to let you know.
That's what we're wondering. Why? Where did it get cut down? Why?
Yeah.
Why did it get down?
Well, I don't know.
We don't know.
But-
But
well,
you
yeah.
recognized it.
I did. Yeah.
Neighbors are coming back. They
Beautiful.
maybe
Yeah,
were
do you
the
want to hold one of them, Casey?
I think.
Yeah.
See these?
Give it a sniff. Yeah.
Smells like
Oil. Yeah.
Oil.
Bit
Oil?
of linseed
Smells
oil.
like the workshop.
yeah.
What? Bernie? There you go, mate. Do you want one?
Bernie, does
Yeah,
Bernie
right.
know how to use a coaster? I mean, does he actually?
No, he doesn't put his drink down. Excuse
Ever.
my language.
Yeah.
It was going to happen at some stage.
We got told off for putting our glass on the table without using one of the coasters.
We're
Okay.
not animals in our house. Just two boys and a stump.
Oh my God. Well, I respect the fact that you guys are aspiring past your animal instincts. Although
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with animals. Look, my little animal could sit. This is my
Look,
favorite.
that's perfect, isn't it?
Aw,
That's
could be
perfect.
sitting on there.
Yeah.
This thing has been bisque fired, but it's going to go hopefully in a kiln, like a wood fire kiln. Once there's
Yeah.
still a fire ban. You know, it's interesting. Here in the Coromandel, before COVID-19, all we could talk about was the drought, and there was a fire ban, and we were running out of water. And then all of a sudden, the pandemic became the good news, or the news, or the only news. But we're still sort of in a drought. We've had a little bit of rain, for which we're thankful. And I guess if we get enough rain and we get unlocked down, we can actually have a wood fire firing. All right. So what else have you made? Let's see.
Made a few other things. Made this walking stick. It's a bit of a staff, really. Also made out of Cody. Pretty beautiful, if you ask me. One of the finest walking sticks I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, so I've made that one. It's actually got Rick. I don't know if you can see that there. It's got my surname engraved on the top of it there.
Can we see that? Oh, yeah, there it is.
So that's probably just going to get passed down from generation to generation. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So are you planning on having kids?
Yeah, one day.
With
definitely,
Bernie or
definitely.
with...
No, not with Bernie.
Probably a
He's a,
couple little Gus's around. to be honest.
he's a stump. Do you know how hard it is to, you know?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I do not know. Okay,
Gus
so
knows
that's
Yeah, well,
you made a walking
well,
stick.
I've actually made two. This is
Oh, look.
well, this is also a walking stick as well, made out of Cody. Beautiful, actually, another very good walking stick. Not as tall as that one, but this one's got a bit of girth to it, eh? So if you ever run into trouble in the forest, you can just doof, yeah, bit of a
Yeah,
doof.
like
Bang.
if you saw a rat or a kiwi or because in
A
this
kiwi.
forest- Well, I
I
don't. What else are
wouldn't
you gonna run?
fucking touch a kiwi
Well,
with
what
this.
kind of what
A
kind
rat, definitely a rat,
Okay,
or a
'cause-
possum.
or a possum?
But no, I'd leave
Because
the
there's
kiwis
nothing-
alone.
There's
I'd
nothing.
definitely leave the kiwis alone.
There's nothing dangerous in your forest, is there?
Other than Jesse, no.
And the stump.
And the stump.
I'm like, wait, let me see this. This was like, it's got this cool old this twisty bit was in it originally. Do you think was there a vine
I
wrapped
think you
around
should
it?
introduce this, bro. This is
How'd
yours.
we get this?
Oh,
How'd we get this twisty bit in here? We don't know, but it's beautiful. Did you notice was there a vine or anything around it? We don't know how this ended up being because
No,
you
that was-
you
it
didn't
just
carve
looked
that
like
in. Yeah, that you just removed the
The bark. Yeah, I
The
carved
bark.
this part in here. This little sort of, yeah. I
pommel.
wish it looked a bit more circular. It kind of, looks a bit like looks phallic-like almost. But
Well, so does this.
yeah. But that's all good. Work in progress, that one.
All right.
And also, for my final trick, Wingardium Leviosa. No, so do you know what that is? It's
No.
a spell.
Oh, spell.
Yeah, you're lucky I wasn't pointing my wand at you, otherwise
No.
that would have got you. But Jesse, if you didn't know, is actually a wizard.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a wizard, and
I thought he
and-
was a captain.
yeah, well, he's Captain Wizard. Yeah, and he needed a wand, so I made him a wand. Now it's got a Cody core, so this, when you're in the forest, it actually harnesses the power of the forest. And I've already gifted this to Jesse, but once again, just for the people, we'll just pass that over to Jesse. And oh
feel
my
the
goodness,
power through it,
I can
eh?
feel the power coming from you, bro.
It's radiating, really.
Oh, I did it again.
Do you
Excuse
think?
my language.
Do you think that your relationship with this stump has brought you closer to wood in general?
I think very close, yeah. See some lonely nights.
It's brought him to full wood, Laura.
Oh my lord. So I hear you all have been doing some yoga. Is that true?
Yeah, daily yoga.
Can you touch your toes now? Or-
Yeah, can even put my knuckles on the ground.
Oh, and before you started, were you able to?
No, not at all. It's very
No.
far off, actually.
Yeah. So in just a few short weeks, you can touch your toes. I can touch my toes. Oh, I just want to point out this fine fashion statement that it's kind of wintertime here, and I'm into leg warmers. So I've taken an old sweater, and I've cut the sleeves off the old sweater.
That's where my jersey went.
And I use this as a little leg warmer because I don't really like to wear shoes, so I put that on. It keeps my ankles warm, and then when I'm up in the studio, I can go like this, and it covers my little footies. This is what I've been doing. Well, other than some
That's
of the
perfect,
stuff you
eh?
see, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And if you need some, well, once the thrift store opens, I can make some for other people. You could
Well,
take.
I'll definitely put an order in.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do for you. I didn't know you were the leg warmer type, but you never cease to amaze me.
Just supporting local business, yeah. Tough times.
I know. Casey, what local business are you looking forward to supporting?
The Star and Garter.
The Star and Garter.
Yeah.
That's a bar, by the way.
Yeah.
And is it the bar or pizza night? What is, because we do have Sunday pizza night.
Yeah,
right?
Sunday pizzas and a good game of pool with a beer.
Pool with the beer. Okay, yeah, because you've been having beers, I
Yeah.
presume. I assume that you've been drinking with Bernie.
Yeah.
But
I sit at opposite ends of the table to Bernie.
Because like.
Can't keep up.
His bad habits might rub off on me.
Do you find you're drinking more during this lockdown than you normally do?
No.
No, not a heavy drinker.
No.
No.
Definitely not like Bernie and the boys.
Holly Socks is giggling.
Oh, somebody is giggling.
Oh, that's my sister.
Ah! Okay, if anybody out there has a question that they would like asked, we do have Frederick manning the camera back there, and he can read things. So
He can read things.
He can. Well, we think he. Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
can read.
Yeah.
We walked up the line yesterday. I've been doing a little railway work. We
Yeah.
marked all the places along the line that needs work.
Oh, wow.
So, Gus, sometimes you don't just lead people down the zip line. You work on the railway. You actually physically, replace.
Rail.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
I physically replace rail.
yeah.
Bend it. We also bend it.
Yeah,
Yep, use the old Jim Crow.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, well, do we have...
Rebecca's heard that Gus can rap.
Oh, yeah! Woo! Let's go, Gus. All
He's
right.
got a lockdown
Do we need
song,
some? Wait, there's a shaker right there. Get the blue shaker. Can you reach the shaker? I'll make
Oh,
sure.
my wand?
Yeah, we got to make sure Gus doesn't
Oh,
fall
yeah,
over. That's the
Gus
thing
has
with
made
Gus.
it.
Oh, there goes
You've
my
gotta-
coasters.
You've got to
You've
hold
set this whole
on
thing
to
into
Gus.
disarray.
You've got to hold on to Gus because I mean, not Gus. Gus, you don't have to hold on to. You got to hold on to Bernie all the time
Yeah.
because he can't stand up on his own.
Yeah.
Do you want to shake and rap? Or
No
just
way,
Rap, or just
no.
rap?
No.
Okay, we don't need.
I don't even. Okay.
You don't even want to rap, but we want.
Excuse my language for starters, but here we go. Yo, I got freestyles for days, vibing in this rap craze. Stay in the marijuana days and blaze days away. Yo, it's time for a change, rearrange the game up like 50 now. But more witty with complexity, some say there's a hex on me. Pops got that vasectomy, too late a song. Carry on, going strong, staying loud, smoking bongs, puffing all night long, blow kush like Cheech and Chong. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was banging.
Yeah, it was banging. It was banging drug-related rap.
That's what I do.
I bang drug-related rappers. No, wait a minute. That's absolutely not true. But it
If the
sounded-
shoe fits, say Laura.
I've been funny lately. Sometimes I'm funny, and I run around and I'm always sticking these feathers in my hair. I find these beautiful feathers. Isn't this one beautiful? Look at this. This is a flight feather from. Tell me
Oh, it's
the-
beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Like Pukeko feather.
yeah. No, no. You think that's a pukeko? I thought it
Little
was a
tinge of
pigeon.
blue.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's.
a pigeon.
I think it's a kiriru.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a kiriru myself, but it could be a pukeko. But their feathers are usually fluffier a little bit. I've noticed. So, anyways, I walk around, I find these feathers, and I put them in my hair, and that distresses some people because they think I might get sick. And I'm saying to myself, honey, I'd rather have the bird flu than the coronavirus. That's my joke for the day. Anyway, so now I feel, but I saw there's a lovely picture going around of your the head of your government, Drusinda, and she has a feather. So it's some sort of Maori thing to stick feathers in your hair. Does anybody know why? There's
I got no hair to bloody stick one in, so I wouldn't have a clue, Laura.
well, no, but I mean I have seen pictures
Yeah.
of Maori men, and they have a feather in each hair, and they also have one coming out of their beards like this. There's traditional. There are
Quite
some.
suits you guys.
There are yeah.
Definitely suits you.
I'm not. I haven't. We need to do some research into what these feathers. The one picture I saw, the feathers were white, but it was an old black and white picture, so it was hard to tell. You look quite dashing with that.
I know. Control yourself, Laura.
Well, if I got to choose between you and that stump, I'll just take the feather. I'll just take the feather, thank you. Oh my goodness. All right, now the other thing you made, Gus has been a creator. Perhaps he is trying to take my job. I'm the artist in residence, and this man has been acting himself. So you made a balance board.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want to go? We're gonna go over here and show us how it works.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Do
We're
you want
gonna
to pass Bernie down so you
pass
can get out?
Bernie down. I know Bernie seems to like Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
All
pretty
right.
tight.
So we got Gus over here. He's
trick.
he's gotten himself another stump, and when he got this stump over here, I was a little worried because we were afraid that.
You
But don't hurt yourself. We're not gonna have.
The clicks up.
Yeah. All right. Is everybody?
Saskia,
Are we
catch
ready?
him.
Are we ready? Woo! Go! I was afraid. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. We were afraid the stump was going to get jealous. How is this stump? Hey, Jesse, how's the stump, Bernie, reacting to this board?
Well, he gets a little nervous because it's obviously a dead piece of wood that's been treated.
Yeah.
how it works anyway.
So he's not the biggest fan of the balance
Yeah.
board, and we try to keep them away from each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Bernie
they had-
gets a little bit worried.
They had the fire going at the house the other day too, and Bernie was just watching all his
Oh.
family members get put into the fire.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's quite brutal.
It's quite traumatic. You can see why he's an alcoholic.
I know being a stump, I guess, I mean, I just didn't realize it was so stressful being a stump. I just thought one just sat around. But what we know from meditating is just sitting around is not as easy as one would imagine.
Love a good shavasana every now and then.
Who's Ethan?
Oh, he's one of our dirty mates.
Right, there's a runaway trolley bearing down the railway track.
Oh, yeah. You didn't notice he was doing... He was
Ahead
doing-
on the tracks, there are 5 people tied up and unable to move.
Oh,
The trolley is headed straight for them.
oh.
You're standing some distance off from the train yard next to the lever. If you pull this lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks. However, you notice that there is a Gus on the side of the track. What do? Do nothing and allow the trolley to squish the 5 people on the main track. Pull the lever, diverting the trolley onto the side track where it will switch.
I think this is a
Gus.
Gus.
That's a question for the captain, I think.
Yeah. Question for Jesse. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. So if I pull the lever, Gus
You
gets
either
twice.
lose Gussie,
It's-
Gus, or 5 people you don't know.
Well, who are the 5 people?
We don't know
that
him.
was-
Like if it was us 5, obviously you would
Yeah,
keep
the-
us.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, of
smush
course.
Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If
what's the
you've
answer?
got the magic wand, you could bring Gus back afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
could
true.
actually. Yes.
Yeah, these are the things we think about here on lockdown.
Well, what's your
Alright.
answer?
Well, I couldn't lose Gus, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
it'll have to be
yeah.
5 strangers.
This,
not
you
us
know-
5.
Good answer, Jess.
We used to have a wolf pack here, but now I think we've got something else
Yeah.
going on.
A
Hey,
bromance.
Saskia, come join us for a second. Come on, let's all sit on the couch. Whatever. We're gonna get Saskia up here. We need a live rat report. Can we all
You can
fit?
squish them there.
See, this is because we locked down. We know how to go. Yep. All right, wait. I'm gonna stick this one that way.
Like, where would,
Yep, there we go. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah, that's
mean
really
anything just because I have my arm around you. Doesn't mean. I mean, it means that I. Okay, so you all remember Saskia from last week. Saskia, what's the rat report?
Rat report. For
That
the
means
week.
she's a
2
trapper.
weeks.
She traps rats and vermin that are killing the native wildlife, and she takes her job seriously. Oh, Jesse, yeah, they're still
Yeah,
here.
we're
got
still
the
trying to
biggest
get rid
I'm
of the
working
biggest.
on
Yeah.
that though.
Yeah. We've got the 2 biggest pests just.
Yep,
sitting-
Bernie and Jesse.
Need to finish the traps first.
Yeah. Need to finish them off.
Bigger traps. So, anyways, what's the rat report?
Rat report for the last 2 weeks was probably about 10 rats and about 3 or 4 mice.
Well, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. And you're gonna move a few of the traps.
Yeah, I moved a few traps. If we hadn't caught anything the last few months, then I just moved them and try different spots.
And what makes a good spot for a trap?
If it's an older tree that fruits, so you've got all the seeds on the ground, and that's what the rats would eat. So they would go for that. So you put it under an older tree, and yeah, and especially for possums, it's also important that it's an older, attractive tree for a possum. Yeah, that makes a good spot.
Yeah, there's some funny noise next door. What is
It's a
that? Is
duck.
that the
That's
ducks
the
next
ducks.
door?
Family.
We have a little duck family next door. Are we gonna see
But it's
them?
only one of them.
Quack quack quack. Where are the
It's
ducks?
It's only.
I don't know. With
one
these
for
microphones, they might not be able to hear the duck, but maybe they can. So we have to use the microphones. But we've got goats and ducks next door, and chickens, and a
Pony.
couple of ponies.
Ponies
Yeah. Well,
and some pests.
and some
and
pests.
some-
How do you know we have pests over there?
They're next door.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they do enough trapping.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways,
But we make sure that we don't have any, so
Yeah.
they wouldn't.
Yeah.
The
Or
neighbors
try
don't
not
have
have
much.
any.
oh look, this is something great. Now, if we just need to get Frederick to lie across the top here,
And then we've got the whole group.
and then we come on, Frederick. We need Frederick. Come on in.
Christ. We're going to have to put
You
Bernie
know,
up here.
you know
Bernie's
what?
gonna have
We
to
used to
go.
all be able to fit together until Bernie came into the
Yeah.
show.
Oh, there you go.
Here we
Oh,
go.
that's
All
good.
right,
Way.
this is us. This is the crew. How we feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty squishy.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I got heaps of
Alright.
room here. Do you
You
want us
don't-
to
no, no,
like
we're
move
good.
over?
No.
Okay,
We'll have bruises
Frederick, do you
tomorrow.
have anything you care to report to the world?
We've been having fun. We did a firing 2 days ago
Yep,
And
and
the
the
kiln?
electric kiln,
And the electric
kiln,
kiln.
no worry.
and did some Driving Creek mugs. We should have brought them up, shouldn't we?
Oh yes, we could have showed the mug.
Some of the bits from me, and
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could have brought
Yeah.
your.
I
we-
could have, but I didn't. No, that's
Well,
all right. Leave it there.
We'll have
Yeah.
we'll have show and tell. In 2 weeks, we're gonna have another show. And
You
and
might
we-
be home by then, Laura.
I don't think I'm going home. You know where I live? I live in Pinellas County, Florida, and that is the hot spot for the coronavirus in the whole state. I ain't going home. You guys are stuck with me a little bit longer. I don't have to stay here, but I ain't going home. Oh my goodness. All right, so I guess we're gonna wrap this up. Do you have it? Oh, what was your joke of the day? Because you all have a whiteboard.
What does Snoop Dogg use an umbrella for? For drizzle.
Drizzle. All righty. All right. Well, there you go. Frederick, you got any jokes you want to share with the crew?
No.
All right. Here, hold this. I'm gonna sing a song. You guys are trapped. You have to listen to it. Wake up every morning. The first thing I notice, oh, I'm wearing a smile. Yeah, I'm wearing my smile. And my pocket, it sure feels full with 2 or 3 pennies. 'Cause yes, it's true. Do y'all have pennies around here? Yes, it's
Not since
true.
about 1960 something.
If you got anyone, you got plenty. Just wake up every morning. The first thing you notice, oh, you're wearing a smile. Yeah, you're wearing your smile.
Oh.
Yeah, you're wearing your smile. Turns out Saskia plays. She plays the 8, but she also plays the ukulele. And I'm telling you what, we might not have to get her on the show next time if we don't have it. And if it's raining outside, I go inside, lay around and shine like the sun rays. Just wake up every morning. The first thing you notice, oh, you're wearing a smile. Yeah, you're wearing your smile. Yeah, you're wearing your smile. Woo! And if your truck breaks down, you might as well do it in a green monkey's yard. And if you think like that, you'll find your life just not that hard. Just wake up every morning, talk to your stump. First thing you notice, oh, you're wearing a smile. Yeah, you're wearing your smile. Yeah, you're wearing your smile. Just keep wearing your smile. All right, we're going to be tuning out. Frederick, you're going to have to go back around and put it out. All right. Everybody, y'all, position of power. Take your position of power. Everybody, wave your hands in the air. I'm saying, do a little wiggle. Do a little wiggle. The stump waltzer, they stump lost his beer. All right, we love you. Goodbye. Did we do it? Are we done?